Hey everybody, and welcome to the Hudson Yards. This is a 28-acre brand new development that was put on by Related Properties, so Stephen Roth's company. It is an unbelievable place, and what I wanted to note, what we're seeing in the office market, in particularly in New York City, you're seeing a lot of the Class B and Class C office towers suffer a lot of pressure, right? There's a lot of what I would like to call high vacancy there. But in new developments, such as the Class A office towers of 425 Park, as well as a lot of the office towers here, like 50 Hudson Yards, they're actually doing quite well. They're commanding very, very high price per square foot. They're signing a lot of new leases, and this is really a trend that we've seen happen since COVID. Now, mainly because if you want to attract employees to come back to the office, it's probably going to be pretty difficult to get an employee back to a 1980s style old cubicle. But you can get them back to the office if it's beautiful Class A property with amenities, very high ceiling heights, and the like. So what I think we'll do today is do a walk around the entire perimeter of the Hudson Yards and talk about some of the new lease signings, particularly BlackRock, just committed to additional square footage at 50 Hudson Yards. So let's go ahead and get started. The one downside about Hudson Yards I'd like to point out is it's pretty much really windy almost all the time, particularly in the winter. So it's not going to be very pleasant to live here, even though some of these buildings are absolutely gorgeous, particularly in the fall and in the winter, because it feels like hurricane force winds almost every day. That's the one downside. But there is a lot of nice outdoor seating. We have some brand new coffee shops. This one is Bluestone Lane. Which is an Australian brand. This building right behind us is the terminal for the 7 train. So they've actually extended the 7 to go all the way to 34th Street Hudson Yards. And it is a brand new terminal and it looks really, really nice. The building right in the middle is 50 Hudson Yards. This is the brand new headquarters of BlackRock. They've since moved from just off of Park Avenue to right here in the Hudson Yards. We turn the camera to the left. This is the Jacob Javits Center in the distance, headed towards 11th Avenue. This will take you right to the Hudson River Park, overlooking the Hudson River and New Jersey. And you could also get the mega bus right on the corner of 11th Avenue, right outside the Javits Center. There's the main entrance to Black Rock. And here's the brand new entrance to the 7 train at 34th Street, Hudson Yards. They did a really good job with all this outdoor seating space for the office employees, as well as the residences. The building we're looking at now is 5 Hudson Yards. And here's a pretty unique view of the vessel. This is the West 35th Street entrance to the 7 train. As you can see, it's also brand new. The last stop on the 7 train on the other way is Flushing Main Street, which is the largest Chinatown in New York City. But this was a great idea to expand the subway, because I don't think Hudson Yards would have ever worked out if you didn't have transportation over here. It's too far to walk from Penn Station, in my view. One more look at the Jacob Javits Center. And you can really tell the difference between a main entrance from one of the Class B or Class C office towers and the new ones. This is 66 Hudson Yards. This is the brand new headquarters for Pfizer. Now, what a lot of people don't know is the old Pfizer headquarters was over by 42nd Street and Chrysler Building, very, very close. Now that is going to be, that old Pfizer office is going to be the largest office to residential conversion in not only the city's history, but in the entire United States of America. Now, if you remember correctly, the current record for the largest office to residential conversion is held by Harry Mackalow at 1 Wall Street. So 1 Wall Street, I believe it's about 580 unit condominium. It is right across the street from the New York Stock Exchange and Trinity Church. But now, once they go under construction of the old Pfizer building, that is going to be the largest conversion project in the country. So pretty interesting. And it's going to take place right at 42nd Street. And now Pfizer has moved here to the Hudson Yards as well as HSBC. So again, you see that shift from older office towers to the newer product. You're going to see a nice view of the Empire State Building in the distance as we walk past the main front entrance of BlackRock. Here's another look at the front entrance of Pfizer. But as you can tell, as you're walking down towards the Empire, you're constantly eating about 25 miles an hour worth of wind. It's wild. It's like walking directly into a wind tunnel. But you do have great views of the Empire.
You found it?
Okay, here is the main entrance to Black Rock at 50 Hudson Yards. Hudson Yards is the shops at Hudson Yards. But we're going to go back around to the vessel. We'll also take a look at the shed building, which is a very unique building that could actually retract. Okay, let's go ahead and make a left. We're going to head further up towards the vessel and wrap around towards the Equinox Hotel. during the holidays, they have the shops at Hudson Yards decorated really, really nice. And this store just off to your left is where you would enter if you want to go to the Edge, which is the newest observation tower. Which is just before Act 20 Hudson Yards. Which is a pretty cool tower. It has a glass floor. It's super unique. And here is the vessel.
Pero luego cuando le vas a pagar te sale 19, no sé si es que luego ya se descuenta, no lo pida.
Looks like they have some sort of concert set up here. It's called Backyard at Hudson Yards, presented by Wells Fargo. Sometimes they watch the US Open, different tennis events. Since it's the Olympics going on, maybe they have some sort of Olympic events. Looks like they have all chairs set up for people to watch the Olympics. Very unique.
Haga filo la bandiera.
You're more disturbed about the height.
At the end of the match, that got intense, and we were keeping you up to date on what's happening There's the arena in the women's semifinal in basketball. This one went into overtime in OT. France pulls away. So for the first time in the history of the Olympics, it will be Team USA versus France. Team USA versus France. Same two teams on the men's side, same two teams on the women's side. That is all over social media as well. We will see it on the men's side tomorrow. The women's game, that is the final event of these Paris Olympics. What a fun hour it has been around Paris. And when we come back, we're going to hand out some American medals in wrestling.
That's the Equinox Hotel. They actually have a pool on the roof, which is a very interesting roof deck. And this is going to be a glimpse into what the Hudson Yards used to look like. This is the West Side Yard for the Long Island Railroad. So if you've ever taken the LIRR to Penn Station, usually after the train arrives in the Penn, it goes here for service, which is right along the Hudson River. And before any of these major skyscrapers were built by Related, this was really all auto body shops, a lot of like maintenance places. It was really a big industrial yard. It didn't look like this at all. So it's super, super impressive what it's become. This is looking northbound towards 42nd Street. Here you have a good shot of the vessel and the shed building. But first I want to show you all the Equinox Hotel. This is the main valet pulling up to the Equinox. Really nice landscaping. Everything is brand new here. This is 35 Hudson Yards. I believe these are residential, which is also quite nice. Really beautiful. You have a Starbucks, which looks pretty packed. So this is 34 Hudson Yards, and you're going to see the main entrance to the Equinox Hotel. And they managed to keep it really nicely manicured, which is good. I would say anything from the Moynihan train station over, in terms of on the west side, is going to be much like this. Here's the hotel entrance. We're now going to go around and check out the main entrance to the High Line. That's one of the biggest selling points of New York City's Hudson Yards, is the entrance to the High Line. We're now back to the main entrance of the Shops, which is 20 Hudson Yards. There's so many great restaurants in this building with pretty good views too. This is probably one of the most unique buildings in the Hudson Yards, the Shed. It's quite literally on wheels. You can see the tracks where the building will go. I'll zoom in. So those are the wheels. And this is the track that the building runs on. Very unique. I'll turn to the wide angle lens just so you can really see and get a sense of depth perception here. And this is looking back at one of the main headquarters for SAP, L'Oreal, and Boston Consulting Group. They even have a pickleball court set up. But if you come all the way over by the shed, you're going to be able to have direct access to the High Line, which will take you all the way down through Chelsea and Chelsea Market. But it may be closed right now because of the wind. Or for maintenance, we'll see what it says. Looks like it's closed, but it's usually open. And right as you exit the High Line, you have this crazy view. See here, Boston Consulting, L'Oreal, and SAP. Quickly give you a peek into the shops at Hudson Yards, which this place is immaculate. It's so clean. You have a Blue Bottle coffee shop on the second floor. Tons of dining options. And that's the pickleball that we were just looking at outside. Lots of high-end retail. You have Patek Philippe. You have Fendi. If you're familiar with South Florida, particularly Bal Harbour, you could think of this as the New York version of the shops at Bal Harbour. It's okay. This place is amazingly decorated during the holidays.
Yeah.
It's really, really impressive how spotless they keep it in here. And it smells good. There's some sort of fragrance in the air that they must pump through the HVAC. You can even see some of the people dining on the second floor. This place has really, really good macaroons. They're very, very famous for that. If you've ever stayed at the Trump International Hotel and Tower at 1 Central Park West, they actually give these out when you're checking in. So we're going to go down the escalators and exit to the right. This is going to be the main entrance to 30 Hudson Yards and 10th Avenue, looking up towards 34th Street. All right, we're back out on West 33rd and 10th. You have Black Rock to our left. You have the Whole Foods down to your right. We'll walk up towards the Moynihan Train Hall, as well as 1 Manhattan West and 2 Manhattan West, which are really the two tall towers that start off the Hudson Yards development. Right in here you have Amazon as well as JP Morgan Chase, 450 West 33rd Street, or 5 Manhattan West. We're going to go ahead and make a right here, and you're going to see tons of new restaurants, coffee shops, more outdoor dining. They really did a good job. You have Peloton, you have Whole Foods Market. You have more cafes. You can sit outside or inside and check out that picture-perfect view of the Empire State Building. Now, this public space is open from 6 a.m. until 1 a.m. This is Zuzu's. You also have the MasterCard Midnight Theater. Now here are the two big towers we were talking about. This really kicks off Hudson Yards. This is 1 Manhattan West and 2 Manhattan West. These things are massive. But you can really tell just the entire Hudson Yards development is a more welcoming environment for employees. Like if I worked in any one of these office towers, there's so many options to get a cup of coffee, get lunch with your coworkers or clients, get your grocery shopping done. Pretty much everything you would need. What I like to call the Hudson Yards is a city within a city. Hudson Yards is quite literally a city within New York City in and of itself. You can see how grand the entrances are too. I mean, look at the ceiling heights in 1 Manhattan West. And this is the back entrance to the brand new Moynihan Train Hall. And this is now the main entrance to 2 Manhattan West. We'll give you one last shot of the edge. You see the triangle thing sticking out of the building? That is that edge attraction. All right, everyone, if you enjoyed this walking tour of the Hudson Yards developed by the Related Group, feel free to subscribe for more walking tours in New York City. And if you're thinking about moving here and you need some help, feel free to reach out to me at the email address below, and I'd be more than happy to help you and your family find the perfect place right here in New York City. Thanks so much for watching.